皆様、こんにちは。ただいまより国際機関日本 ASEAN センター主催の ASEAN デザイン紹介ウェビナーを開始いたします。私は本日の司会を務めさせていただきます浜貝と申します。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。本日のウェビナーでは参加国のデザインセンターの概要説明に加えて、各国より推薦されたデザイン性に富んだクオリティの高い製品が紹介されます。本ウェビナーは ASEAN デザイン製品の紹介を通して日本と ASEAN 諸国のクリエイティブ産業における連携促進を目指すものです。お申し込みの際にご記載いただきましたご質問につきましては、すべてのご質問への対応は難しいですが、可能な限り対応させていただきますので、あらかじめご了承くださいませ。また、終了後、皆様にアンケートへのご協力依頼のメールが届く予定となっております。今後の参考とさせていただきたく、何卒ご協力のほどお願い申し上げます。なお、恐れ入りますが、本日のウェビナーの録画はご遠慮くださいませ。本日の講演資料については、アンケートにご協力いただいた方に後日ご案内をさせていただきます。それでは、開会の挨拶に移らさせていただきます。はじめに当センターの藤田正孝事務総長より歓迎挨拶をさせていただきます。藤田総長、お願いいたします。
本日は ASEAN デザイン製品紹介ウェビナーにご参加いただき、誠にありがとうございます。主催者として一言ご挨拶申し上げます。まずは新型コロナウイルスで大変な影響を受けた皆様にお見舞い申し上げます。私ども日本 ASEAN センターは、日本と ASEAN 諸国間の貿易、投資、観光における経済促進と人物交流の促進を行う国際機関です。日 ASEAN 双方のニーズを踏まえ、貿易、投資、観光分野におけるセミナー、ワークショップ、政策対話、調査研究などを行っております。本日のウェビナーのテーマであるクリエイティブ産業は、創造的物間産業とも呼ばれ、創造性や技能技術が製品やサービスの主要な価値を生み出し、文化や富雇用を形成し得る産業分野の総称です。国連貿易開発会議 UNCTAD の報告書によれば、クリエイティブ産業は経済、科学、技術、文化の橋渡しをするものとして位置づけられております。クリエイティブ産業に対する公的機関の支援は、1990年代後半からイギリス、アメリカ、日本、中国、韓国、台湾など各国で盛んになりました。日本においては2003年の知的財産推進計画が発表されたことに続き、2004年にはコンテンツ産業促進法が制定されました。また2011年にはクールジャパン戦略が決定され、コンテンツ産業やファッション産業などの活動を政策的に推進、支援しています。このような背景のもと、日本 ASEAN センターでは2017年頃より ASEAN 諸国のクリエイティブ産業を発展させるためのさまざまな事業を行ってまいりました。具体的には、日本デザイン振興会とともに、グッドデザインの審査受賞のための支援、日本市場への参入、 をするための協力、さらに ASEAN 各国におけるデザインセンターおよびグッドデザイン賞の設立に向けて支援を行ってまいりました。この結果、各国では優れたデザインを持つ製品、産業が創造され、本日のウェビナーで日本の皆様にご紹介する運びとなりました。本日はこの後、日本デザイン振興会の津村真紀子様よりご挨拶いただきます。続いて、3カ国のデザインセンターのスタッフからデザインセンターの概要について説明があります。その後、デザインセンターへの推薦を受けた現地企業から各社の製品、サービスにプレゼンテーションがあります。推薦された製品、サービスの選考基準としては、消費者の課題を改善するものであること、未来の製品、サービスの創造を進行するものであること、地域コミュニティや環境に貢献するものであること、持続可能な開発目標に貢献するものであることなどを基準としています。ASEAN の魅力ある製品、サービスは中間材ばかりではありません。デザインに優れた付加価値の高い日本の皆様にも注目される最終材にもあります。私どものこうした事業が日本と ASEAN の結びつきにお役立ち、良き事業パートナーと得られることを期待する次第です。本日のイベントが今後皆様のビジネスにお役に立てることを期待し、私の挨拶とさせていただきます。ありがとうございました。
藤田総長、ありがとうございました。続きまして、日本デザイン振興会の津村真紀子様よりご挨拶をいただきます。津村様、よろしくお願いします。
皆様、こんにちは。日本デザイン振興会の津村と申します。本日は ASEAN デザインプロダクツウェビナーにご参加くださいまして誠にありがとうございます。私ども日本デザイン振興会は日本で唯一の総合的なデザインプロモーションを担う公益財団法人でございまして、60年以上の歴史と実績を誇るデザイン賞であるグッドデザイン賞やデザインの魅力と可能性を発信するグッドデザイン丸の内、東京ミッドタウンデザインハブをはじめとする各種のデザイン振興事業を手掛けております。日本 ASEAN センターさんとの協力事業は今を遡ること14年前の2003年からスタートしておりまして、東南アジア諸国のものづくりとクリエイティブ産業の活性化のために様々なプロジェクトを実施をしてきております。中でも各国におけるデザインアワードの設立については成果を上げておりまして、2008年にスタートいたしましたタイをはじめとしてシンガポール、インドネシアで各国独自のデザイン賞設立及び運営に現在に至るまで協力をしてきております。私たちはデザインを単純に色や形が美しいかどうかだけではなく、その製品がユーザーにベネフィットを与えているかどうかや、いかにその製品を無理なく作ることができているか、つまりその国や地域の持つ豊かな資源を活用し、雇用を維持しながらサステナブルなプロジェクトとして成立して、なおかつ経済的にもうまく回っているかどうかというところまでデザイン含めてデザインであると考えております。ASEAN の皆様ともその考え方を共有してまいりました。これから紹介される製品をご覧いただきまして、その製品の外観だけでなく、使い方や背景にあるストーリーにもぜひ目を向けていただきまして、デザインへの理解を深めていただければと思います。本日はどうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
津村様、 ありがとうございます。続きまして、マレーシアのデザインセンターから挨拶をいただきます。Before the remarks, if you speak English and hear listen English interpretations, please choose English in the globe icon on the bottom right on the Zoom screen. And through beginning to the end of the webinar, and the remarker for the Design Center, Malaysia Design Council, Mr. Sulaiman, please start your remarks. Thank you.
Very good morning and salam sejahtera. Distinguished guests, participants, ASEAN Japan Center, Japan Institute of Design Promotion, National Creative Design Institute, and all respective agencies that participate today. First and foremost, I'm pleased to be here and be given the opportunity to speak on this day. I also feel delighted to be part of this ASEAN Design Product webinar series. Since we are still in the middle of pandemic, it is such a pity that we could not meet one another in person. However, with the technologies that we have today, I believe meetings or conferences are possible to be done anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, since the establishment of Majlis Reka Bentuk Malaysia, or MRM, or Malaysia Design Council in 1993, we spearheaded programs that both the industry's design expertise, capabilities, and standard. With MRM vision to produce Malaysian-made and innovative design products that can compete at international levels. MRM has strived to promote the effective use of design and thinking in businesses, education, and government for the past 10 years. With its missions to promote Malaysia as an international creative and innovative hub, we desire to achieve it by carrying out the MRM functions, including educating, coordinating, organizing, and promoting programs that have impact on product sustainability. MRM organized several events or competition that promote the design activity in Malaysia, which included Malaysia design competitions, creative COVID-19 poster and video competition. Mobile 2013 furniture design competition, second national amphibious electric vehicle competition, Southeast Asia combat robot competition, Robot Wars, MIFF furniture design competitions, Malaysia Good Design Award, MGDA, and many more. Malaysian Good Design Award is the highest design recognition given by Malaysian government through MRM with its campaign, Creating Own Design as Own Brand. It gave good reputation for companies' trust and assurance in business. For this series, MRM, we decided to put 6 units of product that fall under the theme eco-friendly product, which includes wooden necktie, pasu kalimah, anggun condiment set, mangkuk tingkat ceramic, bamboo clutch bag, and authentic bamboo bag. Craft design as eco-friendly product, not only we produce more talented creative designers and design, but also displaying cultures in a form of arts. Craft are not the choice of many with their own identity and class. I also believe they are profitable. So I look forward to introduce our eco-friendly products to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that by participating in this webinar, we are in the right place and the right time. Together, let us maintain this good relationship between Malaysia and Japan. I am positive that this relationship will accelerate the exchange of ideas and scaling up of good practices for a long time. I am confident that we will find new ideas and fresh energy to sustain our efforts in this ASEAN Design Product Webinar. I wish you all a very successful webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Suleiman, for your opening remarks. And we would like to spend another 30 to 40 minutes for the one presentations, which includes the introduction of 6 products. And we have the first presenter, Mr. Abdul Munir Yahya. Are you ready for the presentation? Please, but before the presentation, please be reminded once again about the interpretations. If you speak English and listen English interpretations, please choose the English in the globe icon on the bottom right on the Zoom screen, just in case. So please start your presentation.
Good morning, Japan, Atashiwa, and Selamat Pagi. And my name is Mr. Abdul Munir Yahya, and I am the head judge for the Malaysian Good Design Mark last year. And I've been trusted and appointed by MRM to present to you all the 6 selected eco-friendly product that we had given the award last year. And we will have the question and answer series later on. But let me do all the presentation first so that you get a good insight and idea of the product in order for you to come up with the questions later on. And I will try and do my best to describe everything as clearly as possible so that our friends in Japan would understand what it's all about, okay? And without much ado, I will now present to you all the 6 selected items or product of craft from Malaysia. Can I start now? Okay. The first product which I'm going to present to you is a wooden necktie. This very fine and exclusive item is a very good way to introduce variety of beautiful Malaysian wood or timber to the world. A beautiful and exclusive necktie made from wood. It is almost impossible to think a necktie made of wood, but the designer has proven us wrong. The necktie is made from several pieces of thinly sliced wood joined together to give mobility to the product. The wooden necktie is very, very finely polished and comes in wooden packaging also, made from Malaysian wood. This is a very good way of turning precious timber waste into an exclusive and creative product. These people or the company who made this wooden necktie is called Momento Studio. And they do various other gift items made from Malaysian timber. And this is one of the best products that we have selected for the Malaysian Good Design Mark. Thank you. Now I will present to you all the second craft product made by NH Ceramic Company, and it's called Pasu Kalema, or the vase with Islamic verses inscribed on the vase. Okay, this amphora-shaped vase in the terracotta finish is exclusively designed and made by the experienced potter. It is cleverly inscribed with the cut of the Islamic calligraphy and the teachings through the vase. The finishing of the process of the potter applied the terracotta black firing technique to get the fine terracotta finish. Khat is an Arabic word for calligraphy that they use to inscribe on rocks, terracotta or whatever, or even wood for the teaching of Islamic religion. Okay, so this potter has cleverly inscribed all the cut words or the teaching of Islam on the vase itself. Thank you. Now the product number 3, made by Perbadanan Kemajuan Kraftangan Malaysia, or in other words, the Malaysian Handicraft Center. And this product is called the Anggun Condiment Set. Anggun is beautiful, exclusively beautiful condiment set. These mini sizes multi-condiment sets are made of highly polished copper with ceramic outer finish in the Japanese raku firing technique, which gives the lovely design on the out surface that represents the water flowing out from the leaf, because the design was inspired from kaladi leaf, or the caladium leaf, a kind of plant in Malaysia. The caladium plant that retains water on the leaves during the rainy season. They come with 3 daintily, elegantly designed spoons, and each of them comes with mini stands to support them. These sets are timeless and very elegant and very contemporary looking because of this combination of the highly polished copper inner and the ceramic outer. Thank you. Now item number 4. This is produced by also the Malaysian Design Council from Negeri Sembilan, which is another state of Malaysia in the south. And it is called Mangkuk Tingkat Ceramic, or the Siang, or I think in Europe, it's known as the tiffin, yeah, food tiffin. This tiffin-like food carrier is made from ceramic. It has been fired with high temperature, I think about 1,200 Celsius, to give it strength. The natural ceramic color gives it a hygienic look. It comes into pieces, the thicker one at the bottom, which is for the rice, and the thinner one on the top for the dish. The 2 eyelets on each side of the container is used to insert the handle into them for carrying. The carrier is made of natural bamboo, which complements the ceramic container. It is a very cleverly and lovely idea to carry your food meal when you go to work or picnic. Thank you. Number 5, the product number 5, we have here a clutch bag, which they call the Magic Bamboo Company who produce this, and it's made from bamboo. A bamboo clutch bag, especially designed to give it a contemporary look with the very, very fine traditional ethnic Dusun community style of weaving. Dusun is the community or ethnic community in East Malaysia. It comes with the Salingkawang grass trimming. Salingkawang is a kind of grass locally grown there in East Malaysia, which is commonly found in Sabah, East Malaysia. The reddish color and black color complements each other, and the gold color clasps give it a stylish look for security. It has a good size for clutch bag, and it is suitable to be taken to a formal or casual function. Thank you. The last but not least, the product which we want to present to you is made by Sri ELF Enterprise, and it's called the Authentic Bamboo Bag. A beautiful woven bamboo sling bag in dark brown stained color with brown canvas trimmings. The shoulder strap is adjustable to give comfort to the user. The opening is fully zipped for security. It is neatly woven in the traditional way to give it the authentic rustic look. This bag is 100% eco-friendly and handmade. And the designer applied the high quality and fine bamboo weaving technique of the Dusun community again from East Malaysia. This is a multi-purpose sling bag for traveling as well as leisure. Thank you. So that's all the 6 craft items that we wanted for you all to view. We are very proud for this product because I think Malaysian Design Council having introduced this award gives all the designers opportunity to come up with best of the best, and hence at the same time it produces more and more beautiful high quality product as well as good designers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abdul, for your presentations. And it's lovely to see the wooden neckties and ceramics in the condiment set in the like bamboo products. And we would like to have a question and answer sessions for the rest of the time. And we would like to first collect questions from the Japanese business communities. And I would like to facilitate the questions and answers. And let me今から質疑応答に移りたいと思います。質疑応答、ご質問がある方は Q&A に書き込んでいただければ幸いです。チェックさせていただきます。So I'd like to pose the first questions about your evaluations. Do you hear me? The first question is what analytics tools do you use to evaluate product designs, and how do you evaluate product usabilities, and any specific is there any specific methodologies or evaluations and product determining the product usability?
Okay, thank you for your question. And usually what we do after we selected the product to enter the competition, we normally go to the village or the place where they produce the product. Because the idea is when we get there, they will have a finished product, as well as at the same time, they demonstrate to us how certain product is made. So hence, it gives us the chance to see how good the quality of the product is being produced. You see, for example, like weaving, they will show us various type of bamboo which they have cut to make certain bag or basket. And then at the same time, they will start the weaving technique and then explain to us how they are made, why, and so on and so forth. So this is a good way because rather than accepting the finished product in the office, actually we see them being made, because there we can control or see the quality of the product itself. Okay.
Mr. Abdul, thank you for answering. And the second question will be, what are the biggest trends in the product design field in Malaysia? What are the biggest trends in the product design field in Malaysia?
The biggest trend in Malaysia, I think it's the same all over the world, because we live in this globalization period. We tend to influence or inspired by other products from all over the world. Like, for example, when they talk about pottery, like it or not, most of them are inspired by Japanese potters, yeah? Because I'm sure you know yourself that the best potters in the world are from Japan. And so the trend comes from what they see most available during that particular time. Let's take, for example, fashion. The fashion industry is very fast in Malaysia. Whatever you see in Paris, I think few days later, you see them available in Malaysia. And this is how the trend starts. And this is the way we see how the trend begins with any other product that they produce here in Malaysia. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abdul, for answering the second questions. And 質疑応答を受け付けておりますので、何か、ある方は Q&A にお願いいたします。
In relation to the bank's product.
Mr. Abdul and the Malaysia Design Council, I'd like to facilitate the questions by myself. And I do understand that the introduction of these 6 products by the Design Council.
Yes.
It's introduced by your design centers, and today those 6 companies are not present. But
yes.
I suppose you know very well about those 6 companies.
Yes.
Can you brief about those 6 companies? How those companies? How is those companies' business in domestic markets in Malaysia? And also, do they have any experiences of exporting those products to ASEAN member countries, or especially to Japan?
Yes. Okay, thank you. I understand. all the craft products here in Malaysia, they are supported by the Craft Center of Malaysia. And in fact, most of the product designers who entered this award, they are members of the Craft Tangan Malaysia or the Malaysian Design Council, and they have been trained. And then at the same time, they sometimes being taken abroad to do a presentation where they also sell their product during the craft exhibition in Germany or Milan or Paris or even Tokyo, I think, wherever they go. And then they are actually available for purchasing. But Mr., you must know that handmade product cannot be mass produced, but they can produce in certain volume if there is a market for them. And I am sure like the basket or the handbags, and I know the designer very well. Even now, she never stopped making because the local love this ethnic product. It's so authentic, but at the same time, it's very contemporary and it looks very modern, very presentable. And for example, some of them have even got their product being sold at Harrods in London. Yeah, but as I said to you earlier, not in a very, very mass quantity because they're exclusive and handmade, but they are available for those who are interested in Japan to have that. Thank you.
Mr. Abdul, thank you for your answer. And for the third question is about mass productions. And I thought you have already answered these questions, but let me read through the questions. In relation to the back products, which is woven into traditional pattern, I think it is handmade. Is it right? And I have to confirm if it is available for bulk purchase or only for customized design.
No, because they have customers design, which is requested by the customer itself. That might come with a certain design, and the weaver will make it according to the request. Yeah, but at the same time, if you go to the workshop where they produce this product, there are a variety of these products available there. So I think it's not a question of buying them in bulk or buying them singly, whatever, because if you go to the workshop itself, they have a little showroom where tourists or whoever interested in the product are able to purchase the product as what they see in the showroom. But at the same time, the Malaysian Craft Center, which is the Craft Tangan Malaysia, it is called, they have a very big showroom in Kuala Lumpur where selected items or product, handmade product, are available for sale. So some tourists, they are not going to East Malaysia just to buy one cloth bag or sling bag. So they just go to the Malaysian Design Council showroom and they can see variety of other things made by other designers of the same product. So it's a question of what you want and where you want to get them, okay?
Thank you for your answer. And to facilitate the questions, I'd like to pose questions. It is very interesting to see your presentations, and some of the products have very ethnic aspects and traditional kind of decorations.
Yes.
And your 6 products may be very popular domestically in Malaysian markets or possibly in Islamic world. And in relation to kind of trade between import and export between non-Islamic countries, do you have any comments or the prospects to expand your those products to non-Islamic countries?
Thank you for your question. When it comes to the piece of art, I don't think religion involved in it so much, because they do sell them to other non-Islamic countries. For example, the potters normally once a year, I think, are being sent to Germany by the Malaysian Craft Center. And all the products are sold quite well because they buy them as a piece of art and they admire the beauty of this handmade product and all the techniques which are involved. And it's just happened that this particular potter do this cut or the engraving technique using all the Islamic calligraphy just to make it look more Islamic somehow, because based in the olden days, this is how they teach the religion. When they give the gift to other people, so they read all the text from the Islamic teaching on the vase itself. But again, as I said earlier, as a piece of art or design, we appreciate the product for its quality, its look, and the handmade work that the designer had put into it. I don't think religion comes into it or in between it. I think anybody can buy it. Yeah, anybody can buy it. Thank you. I hope it answers your question.
Thank you for answering a bit tricky questions. And
No, it's okay.
I also I got one question from the participants. The first question is about the impact of COVID-19. And I know that Malaysia has experienced several lockdowns and many restrictions. And I suppose that many industries in Malaysia has been affected. And what about the design, creative industry in Malaysia, how it is affecting, and what is the future outlook? Future outlook, please.
Okay. Of course, COVID-19 has affected the whole world, and it has also affected most of these industries, not only the small one, even the big one. But I think the local craft industry is not affected as much because these things are made in their own area. They're not involving many workers. And then at the same time, they are not mass producing the product. So the working environment is very safe, I think. And at the same time, they do not have any problem producing what they want to do because everything is handmade. They're not using big machinery or anything like that. And people are still buying the product. In fact, the Malaysian Craft Center, every year we have 4 times promotion that we invite people to come and buy the product. In fact, in end of April, there will be one big craft promotion at the Craft Center to celebrate the after Ramadan celebration. And of course, we will practice our SOP and the social distances and all that. Yet at the same time, the designers are being invited and they're allowed to sell their product to the public. It is not lavish business like it used to before the COVID-19. But as it is now, as I said, when we have the promotion of the craft in the Craft Center, people still do come and buy them. Okay, so they still make small businesses through the visitors. Thank you.
Thank you for answering. And I'd like to pose a question, a fifth question. I understand that Craft Center and Malaysia Design Council have the central role for creative design industries and those small businesses in Malaysia.
Yes.
And today we have the audiences from Japanese communities. And we'd like to know a bit much about the functions and the activities of Design Center, Design Council of Malaysia a bit more. And
Yes.
Can you also give us any message to the Japanese business communities?
Okay, I will try and answer your question. The function of the Malaysian Design Council, or the Handicraft Malaysia is actually to find out and save all the old traditional handicraft. Okay, before that, people will have some weaving or pottery or whatever, even food, a recipe of weaving and all kind of stuff in the villages. And not many people know or appreciate that. But since the Malaysian Design Council was formed, they do small workshops in the village. So what we call one village, one design. If, for example, they go to the Dusun area where that little class bag is made, before that, everybody make their own bag just for use. They even use it to put fish inside, not even know the quality and the look and how beautiful the product is, you know? And I'm sure at one time also in Japan, like in, I don't know, Kyoto or Hiroshima, whatever, when the basket weavers, I always look in the website. It's always say basket for flower, basket for fish, basket for this, basket for that. But they never actually say something. This is a beautiful piece of basket. It's only later on contemporary or modern people come up with ideas, and this is beautiful, we appreciate the workmanship and blah, blah, blah. So similarly, that is the objective of the Malaysian Design Council. Most of the craft that they produce or produced by individual designers, these people have been trained by the Craft Center to produce a better quality product so that they are able to sell that to the public or to the market or even to the rest of the world, okay? Because when they form this community, what we call the one village, one product, they will send an expert. Like, for example, I'm expert or not expert. I'm in a batik textile design, and I've been sent to many classes to show them what to do, what is the latest technique, what is the latest color, because we have to follow the time, okay? We cannot just make and hope for the best, because at the same time, we must follow the trend of the world, like your first question earlier on, okay? So now there are many cottage industry booming up in Malaysia due to this formation of the Craft Council of Malaysia. And at the same time, the Craft Council of Malaysia is supported by the Tourism, Ministry of Tourism. And this is a good opportunity for the craft makers to sell their product, because the tourism ministry sometimes take them abroad whenever they promote Malaysia as the destination. At the same time, they bring few designers to promote Malaysian craft. So indirectly, they are killing two birds in one stone, okay? And so far, it has worked very, very well. As I said earlier, there are more and more good designers come up or appear and produce good quality craft from this craft center. Thank you.
And thank you. Do you have any comments to the message, prospective message for the Japanese communities, Japanese business
Yes.
communities?
I look upon Japan as the best design place in Asia or even in the world. And I think there are many more things that you can do in Japan. Like, again, you have a very good history of potter, like Yoichi Hamada and all that, you know, and you can have more designers by training people from the young age to love product. Like in Malaysia itself, we have IKN, which is Institute Craft Malaysia. At this college, we bring in students from the villages, less fortunate students, okay? And we train them in various Malaysian crafts. For example, weaving, textile making, batik, ceramic, jewelry, wood carving, rattan or bamboo weaving, and all that. So every year, we produce about few hundred students who are fully trained in this subject. So they become self-supported, and at the same time, they become very creative people. And I'm sure in Japan, they can do that because you are more advanced than us, and you have much, much more beautiful product than we are in Malaysia. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abdul. And maybe I got probably the final questions from the audience, and let me read out. How can we start initiating collaboration project with Malaysian designers? And is there any platform we may view the designers' portfolio together with their products interested for collaborations?
Yes. Yes, I think that is a very good idea. Japan can have a good collaboration with the Malaysian Design Council because they are the backbone in all the good design available in Malaysia. And I think you can work together with us, with the Malaysian Design Council, and then I am sure they will be able to produce a good portfolio or samples or website with those who are interested in this thing. And I'm sure there is no problem, and I'm sure AJSC and Malaysian Design Council or MRM can start discussing it together. And I'm sure we can come up with something beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. In... それでは、時間の関係で、これにて、質疑応答を一旦終わりにしたいと思います。他に追加のご質問がある方は、当センターに、ご連絡をいただければ幸いです。マレーシアデザイン、カウンシルの回答を準備してお答えさせていただきます。それでは、最後にマレーシアのデザインセンターから本日の閉会挨拶をいただきたいと思います。デザインセンターの、ミスター・スレイマン、お願いいたします。
Yeah. All right, thank you very much for this closing speech. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and honor to listen to the presentation and the outcome from today's webinar. I'm pleased to hear such a fruitful discussion regarding our design industry that soon will benefit both parties and contribute to the development of design field, innovation, and most importantly, the economic sector. In order to turn design field as one of the elements in generating profits, strategic planning, sustainable initiative need to be done. In line with the current economic situation, that is on the path of recovery due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Lamely information from the Pioneer Index IP in October 2020 by the Department of Statistics, Malaysia. COVID-19 has also completely changed the face of business world. The current trend is driven by the awareness of business industry players on the ability to reduce operating costs and the importance of remaining relevant among competitors. Digital solutions are an option for business continuity, as traditional method being considered irrelevant due to skyrocketed of online purchases dominates the market. So let us see it as a huge opportunity that we should not be wasted. Visual product marketing, such as social media, has become a new trend and norm in any type of business. Creative marketing strategy by creating target market segment are suitable in terms of providing offers and services. The negative impact of COVID-19 does not affect the design rule itself. In fact, it remains relevant and very important in improving the marketability of product visually. As the Director of Malaysian Design Council, I would like to express my gratitude to all parties that involved in today's webinars and spend their time listening to the input delivered by Malaysia and Japan's representative. I hope this Asian Design Product webinar series will open our eyes that collaboration will always contribute to diversity, and diversity should always be there. Hence, my biggest hope is that MRM can work more actively with Asian Japan Center, especially Malaysia's participation in the Asian Good Design Product. I wish everyone the best and success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sulaiman. ありがとうございます。これにて ASEAN デザイン製品紹介ウェビナーを終了させていただきます。ご参加いただいた方には、この後アンケートをお送りさせていただきますので、ご協力のほどどうぞよろしくお願いいたします。本日はご参加いただき誠にありがとうございました。Thank you, Mr. Abdul, Mr. Sulaiman.